was actually based on money. So words are spells. We know this, right? And when you start to understand the banking system, words like currency, words like cash flow, liquid assets, those words are water words for a reason. Okay, here goes. So your DNA is made up of water. It's a water molecule. Your DNA would fall apart if it didn't have water. It would literally fall apart. And Nassim Haramein talks about this a lot if you guys want to research this further. The water molecule controls the expression of your DNA, okay? When you understand what water can do, it really starts to make you think. Water holds memory. Water communicates. Water is an antenna. So the whole point of this conversation and this transmission and communication to you guys is to get you to understand that part of our DNA is being energetically bound to things like money and contracts and business. And this is actually the black magic that our entire law system sits on. So when we speak about black magic, voodoo, you're basically, or not you, but whoever it might be practicing it, are setting intentions. And those intentions are affecting your DNA. Because when you create an intention, you're putting out a spell in words, and that is a vibration, and the waters in your body actually react to that vibration, and that's why ancestral curses are handed down. So this is like the really deep understanding of black magic, right? And like for me on my journey, I'm like, why am I getting all these downloads about water and business and corporations and money? Until I actually started connecting the dots. So understanding that everything really is water programming. One of the biggest things that they don't want us to figure out is that we're water beings, and that water is the secret to life. It's the secret to sovereignty. And we come from the ocean. We are water beings, and the waters in our bodies have the ability to be programmed and change shape, and it can go from liquid to solid to whatever it might be. That means our DNA can change shape. So we are the ultimate shapeshifters. We are. So feeling this a bit further, I'll take it a little bit deeper. So understanding that contracts, symbols, sacred geometry programs our waters in our body to be structured again, to be perfectly structured in this beautiful kaleidoscope of patterns and fractals, right? So when we go into buildings that have right angles, we're actually programmed. The waters in our body are being distorted in a way. And so by the way you talk to yourself, the waters in your body are being distorted. Why do they want to distort the waters in our body? Because the water controls the DNA expression. And we talk about DNA activation so much. We're activating our DNAs to higher levels, correct? Well, as we activate our DNA, what keeps us from activating are the fluoride, the parasites, the chemicals, the pollution, the chemtrails. All of that is affecting our waters in our body. And the more that we pollute the waters within, the less our antenna to source will be. We receive information from source. We flow with the earth. And this is actually the secret of ancient lunar cults, ancient womb religions. They were based off the feminine. Not because you're like worshiping woman as like above you as a man. That's a misconception. Water is androgynous, and earth has a feminine essence to it. It's similar to a woman's body. And so when we understand the earth and the moon and the sun and the relationship between the cycles and the rhythms, we understand our bodies. And our divine blueprint, our natural cycles that we've been taken from our own choices, and we did it to ourselves, you know, the food that we eat, the places that we live, we just have to educate ourselves on those types of things and make sure we're cleansing the correct way, right? But, because I don't like to blame. I don't like to put blame on the system. This is us taking back our sovereign power. So, in understanding that these cults, these ancient womb religions actually studied where the moon was, where the stars were. And if you understand words, the word sinner actually came from the word sin, which was another word for the moon. And in lunar cults, they used to worship the moon because depending on where the moon was, it would show us what the physiology of our bodies would be. Because whatever astrological constellation that you're born into, you have those codes of the stars in you. So I'm a Libra in Western, and I'm a Virgo in Vedic. So I have those codes inside of me. So there's something called the sacred secretion, and I know some of you guys follow this. If you don't know what this is further, you can look at my other video called the sacred secretion. It's basically a fluid that our bodies have the ability to release every time that the moon enters our sun sign. Meaning when the moon enters my constellation of Libra, I secrete an oil from my brain down to my sacrum, down my spine. And it's up to me to keep my vessel clean and not have sex during that time. It's like a 2 to 3 day period to bring that oil back up. And once it crosses the vagus nerve, it's creating basically it crosses it, and as it goes through the crucifixion, the pineal gland, the fluid will hit the pineal gland and activate it. So here's the thing. If your pineal gland is calcified, it won't happen either. It's from the fluoride you're drinking, from all the foods and the chemicals and whatnot, because your pineal gland is made out of a reservoir of water around it, made out of piezoluminescent crystals. So as this sacred secretion starts hitting that point, if you're not calcified, you know, if you're doing the work and your vessel's clean, your pineal gland will actually swell. And as it swells, your pituitary gland are connected to the 3rd and 4th ventricles, and a fluid will literally flow out, and you can drink from your own nectar. How crazy is that? This is the sacred water alchemy. This is so beautiful. Like, our bodies literally have the ability to eat itself. And these secretions happen all over the brain. And there's actually a yogi who the scientists were doing tests on. If you just look it up, he hadn't eaten in like 40 years, and they were asking him like, wow, how are you doing this? And he's like, I'm eating my secretion. And he literally put his fingers in the back of his throat when it was secreting and gave it to them, and it's made out of amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks of the body. They are the proteins of the body. So he's literally eating his own protein. How cool is that? So this is our sacred divine blueprint, you guys. Like, our bodies have the abilities to do these things, but because of the toxins and the things that we're eating and the things in our water, we cannot raise these secrets in our bodies that we have the ability to do so. And when we actually experience, like, if we're successful in it, we'll feel connected. We'll get downloads. We'll be like, whoa, I'm like a psychic being, because that's how we are. So that's one of the reasons why they moved from a lunar cycle to 13 to 12, which is the Gregorian calendar. So that was actually a spell. That was black magic. We used to be on a 13 cycle, just like the moon. The number 13 is associated with the feminine, and they've made us think that it's unlucky, but it's actually lucky. I won't go too much into that, but I will say that the moon is associated with water, and in the Kabbalah, the moon and the earth are right here, and once you connect the two and the sun, you go straight to source. And I won't go too far into the Kabbalah, but there are so many ways that we used to live in this feminine religion that we just understood the cycles of the earth, and we understood that our bodies have the abilities to be gods, to be these divine beings that we are. And this black magic, this basically entire law system and church was all founded off of water. And the Vatican, associated with the Phoenicians, they used to worship a god named Dagon. And so these beautiful beings, let's just put ourselves in our god body for a moment and go back to the way we used to be. There's a tribe in Africa called the Dogon, and they said that these beings from Sirius visited them, these mermaids, and they told them all the secrets of the stars. And so the Dogon tribe and were like experiencing these mer people, and then also the lunar, they experienced basically worshiping the lunar goddess as well, the goddess, which is water, where there's so many sacred connections with water that we have. And so what happens is that as you start to wake up to this, you'll start to research mermaids more and actually look at the symbolism, but also look at it like my body went like, okay, here's symbolism, where's the science? And then I started doing word splicing, where you break down the etymology of words and the word origins, and making sure you're looking up the occult word origin, not just the word origin. And memory, it all has to do with water. And so when we go into this a bit more, our DNA is bound to contracts, right? And so it's up to us to break these contracts and become the mermaids again, become the mer people again, to own our waters within us and take back the sovereignty within us. And one of the ways to do that is to embody and detox and cleanse and own your sexuality and learn about sexuality, because the mermaid is very seductress, right? Well, sexuality is another way that the sacred secretion, as I was mentioning before, is actually released. So Kundalini is a really good way to do that as well. So we're finding sovereignty on all levels. But these water codes just kept coming to me, and as I started understanding the law and the systems and money, I started realizing in business and why they're actually energetically holding us to these contracts, like the law of water. As soon as we're born from our mother's waters, and our mothers sign over us signature on a contract that energetically bounds our DNA to our social security number in the United States. And we are part of the corporation of the United States of America. And our social security number is associated with money. It's on the stock exchange, like human trafficking, all that good stuff. It's a wormhole. But with looking at the whole, if we understood what the Atlanteans actually understood, they understood how to work with water, how to use hydrogen for fuel. Hydrogen, oh my gosh, if you guys just research hydrogen, it can replace oil and all these different things that actually help us in society, and we can get energy from the waves in the ocean without hurting the ocean. So this whole concept is really to show you that taking back the waters, this water movement, water sovereignty, water alchemy is something that I will be talking about further. And yes, I could call myself a mermaid. I could call myself a water goddess, a water priestess. But this is sovereignty on all levels. Like, I'm talking spiritual, physical, mental, and financial. And that's what I built my business off of. I was like, whoa, I had no idea that, like, my logo meant what it did, and it all just kind of unfolded to me. So I know that part of my purpose is to embody the mermaid, is to embody the water alchemy, and not just talk about water in its esoteric essence. You know, I'm here to relay the information about the science of it and how fascinating it all is, you know. So taking that into consideration, I will be posting some links below, sources for you guys. Let me know what you think. If this resonates with you, I have created a Facebook group now and an email list, and it's just starting, of women, men coming together who feel called, or maybe you feel like the waters within you are calling, and we are coming together. And that's part of what I'm doing, is providing the information, the inner knowing, so that we can move out of the age of Pisces, move out of the age of I believe, into the age of Aquarius, the water bearer, to I know. And only you know if you're a part of this water movement or not. And joining together in this, like, there are calls to action I've created. There are business opportunities. There are ways to cleanse your own body. I am giving people, like, the go-to how to take action on this, because I'm like, if this is my mission, this is my mission. Like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it, and it's ready to be birthed. And if you're one of the doulas, if you are one of the people that you feel birthed, contact me. joinjulia@gmail.com. You can also go to my website, thewaterpriestess.com, and this is just the beginning, you guys. I'm so excited. We are breaking the bonds of all the magic. No more. I'm sovereign. Love you guys.
Spot on, huh?